Hello, in this video we're going to use application Flowy14 to write an algorithm that determines the average value of n entered numbers. Let's proceed to our Flowy14 app. Into our blank dashboard space here, we'll design our flow. Let's proceed to the upper left corner where it says commands, click into it. To expand the left-hand side menu of our commands, you can navigate to each one manually, or you can use the search option up here. So to begin the design of our flow, we'll always need the first command as the start command. Next, for our today's purposes, we'll need an input command. So just type the word input. And it should show up as one of the first commands available. Next, we'll need our for loop command. Type in for, F-O-R. And by design, it comes with the less sign, but we need less or equal. So down below, where you have the the command highlighted, you can change to any of the down below options here. So we'll need less or equal. So you can see that the sign has just changed from less to less than equal. Next, we'll need another command, an input command. So let's go back to our input. Because we are calculating the average, so this is going to be our this input will represent the number of iterations we'll have or repetitions on our for loop, and this will be our number that will input to have our n number entered, to have the iterations, and then the average of the numbers. So after our second input command, we'll proceed to add mathematical command with the plus sign addition. So type in math. And connect them together. Next, we'll need our division command. So that's also mathematical. So just proceed to type add this one after our for loop, and by default it comes with a plus sign, but while you have the command highlighted, you can turn it into any of the below options. We'll need a division, so click divide for our purposes of finding the average. Once you have your completed design and you're ready to print the output, you can add in an output command to have the result printed. So just type in the word output, connect them, and if you're satisfied with the design of your flow, you can close it off by adding the end command. So we've designed our flow, and I'd like to add over here to our for loop command into the blue, highlighted in blue, inbound data connectors that have the numeric paths attached to them. So we will add here number 1, because we are wanting to start our range from number 1, and then our input command will be connected to the other inbound data connector on our for loop. So the input will indicate the amount of iterations or repetitions for our for loop here. So let's click into our inbound input command and into its outbound data connector highlighted in green. So click into the green area, and then in turn you'll have all the available highlighted inbound data connectors. We'll need to connect it to our for loop, so click into the second available inbound data connector on the for loop, and the plus sign turned into minus. That means the connection has been made. If you click off of the design, you will see the yellow arrow indicating how both commands have been connected. So next we'll need to connect our input command as well to our division command. So that's where we're finding our average. So click back into the input command, into its outbound data connector, and into the available inbound data connector on our division here. Okay, next we'll need to connect our second input command to the addition command. So click into its outbound data connector and into the available inbound data connector on the plus, on the addition command. Next we'll need to connect the result here. So this is going to be when we execute our flow, the input commands will ask us for values. We'll enter our value here. In turn, it will be fed into our addition command, and this will be added to our result here based on the amount of iterations we'll tell the flow, the design to perform. So we'll need to then feed the number to add it into this one. So this will be our final result, and then this will in turn, this result here will be fed into our division for us to find and calculate the average. So let's connect through our outbound data connector and into its own available inbound data connector on the division. And also what we need to connect again the result here from the outbound through the outbound data connector on the addition into the first available inbound data connector on the division command. And so this is our result here. We're calculating the average and we want to have the result printed via our output command. So click into the command, the division command, into its in green outbound data connector and into the only available inbound data connector on the in output command to print the result. So I'm just double checking that I have my commands connected properly. And I am ready to execute the flow. So once I'm executing the flow, I will be asked by the system to input a value for each of my input commands. So this one and this one. So let's, once you're ready and satisfied with the design of your flow, the way the commands have been connected, you can then execute the flow by clicking run. So we're being asked to input the first value, and this will indicate the amount of iterations or repetitions that we'll have for our for loop. So for today's purposes, I will choose 3, enter. So 1 through 3. And this will be the n, the value of the n entered numbers. So I will choose 6 for today's purposes. And this should be 0 as we're starting from the very beginning. Okay, so let's pause this. Let's stop the flow. I need to add 0 here, enter. So that was my mistake. I forgot to, when designing our flow, I forgot to add 0 here, but you can always stop the flow and then run it again. So now we're completed and you can run again, click run. So it's asking us for our first input value again, and I will repeat my 3 choice, enter. And then I'm choosing 6 for my n entered values. And then the iteration will happen 3 times. So I'm gonna choose 4 for my second value. And it's just adding here, as you can see, the 6%. And then for my third number, so I chose, so I have 10 so far, and I'm dividing it by 3. So to make it a whole number as a result, let's choose 2. So we can have 12 divided by 3. Perfect. And now we're calculating our average. 12 divided by 3, 4, perfect. So this concludes our today's exercise, that using application Flowy14, we can write an algorithm that determines the average, which is right here, of the value of the n entered numbers, which we have entered the numbers 6, 4, and 2. Thank you.